Ladies and gentlemen, I think that we might have gotten our last update on WWE 2K25, and this is what considered like a surprise update. This is the same type of update that we got about a couple weeks ago when I first made the video about the updates, where there was just no announcement. It was just put in the game and people are finding it and letting me know, hey, this is in the game now. So I definitely want to go ahead and talk about it, see if the rewards are legit. Let's go on ahead and get into it. But before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to go on ahead and enter the giveaway to win a WWE 2K26 copy, because I am giving away a couple of those when that time comes. So let's actually get into it now. Let's get it. Now that we are in my faction, let's go on ahead and show you guys the new World Tour update that we have gotten, which again is certainly interesting because even the region changed. The region has changed. There's different cities. And again, this is kind of cool. You know, this is the World Tour Japan update, right? So let's go on ahead and start with Tokyo. You get some packs, and then you go on ahead and get some My Faction points, some nice little tokens. So you're getting 50 tokens on each match that you already do. So 50 tokens right here, 50 tokens right here, and then 50 tokens right there. So that's 150. I wonder if they're doing the same thing for every single first match. Okay, so that's 450 tokens that you are getting for free at this point, just playing the first match of each one. Now, the one thing that I did notice while I was scrolling through this is that there are some rewards that you need. It seems like for Tokyo, you don't need any of those rewards or any of those cards that are required. It looks like you're able to play through it, no issue. And then you get Nakamura at the very end of Tokyo, which is cool. You get Nakamura. I was hoping for a Persona card, but we'll take the W's where we can go on ahead and get them. So that's a cool one. You get a lot of tokens. You get a free pink diamond card that most people probably won't use, but I will say this about Nakamura. If you're an online player, he got one of the glitchiest movesets that you can go on ahead and use. So now that we've made it through Tokyo, we are in Nagoya. Now we have the requirement card that you need to be able to go on ahead and continue through match 4 into match 5, and then you're getting all these art cards that you can use towards the top reward, which we're going to go over in just a moment. So the Nakamura is cool. I can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is on that, but then you get some more tokens. Now the match requirements is Akira Tozawa 93 overall diamond card, which you go on ahead and get him. Now you're going through match 1 through 5 in Hungry Challengers, and then you get to Challenge Accepted, where again you're getting all these tokens and all these My Faction points, and on top of that you are getting some free packs here and there, so we'll take those where we can. And this is where you go on ahead and get all the way through match 4, but you still need World Tour reward Asuka to go on ahead and be able to continue. Then we get to Osaka, and I already have the requirement for this match because I have Emerald Asuka. Then we need the demastered set Asuka, which I also have as well. And that's when we need the 93 overall diamond card for Asuka, which seems to me like it's a World Tour reward as well. And you need that for match 3 and match number 4, but you are getting some packs on top of this as well, which at this point in the year, we probably got some sort of boosted odds where you're going to pull something decent out these packs. So the rewards are not that bad. And then you're looking at Kairi Sane. To me, that looks like a 95 overall pink diamond card, which if you go into the card market, I want to say that she should be up there available, if I'm being completely honest. Let's go on ahead and take a look here. All right, there it goes. So the Kairi Sane, you do need this card, which costs 40,000 VC or 47,500 My Faction points to be able to complete the World Tour. So I do hope that you got some sort of currency. At this point in time, it doesn't really seem that hard to get currency in this game personally, just because of, you know, the live events and everything that they've done throughout the year. I'm sure that some people got some stuff saved up if you have been keeping up with the live events and everything. So I think that's a W for the My Faction World Tour update. But I think the way that it was handled all year round, I think that's an L personally. I think that we need to make sure that we can get some love in this mode next year, because this was 1000% my favorite thing to do in My Faction aside from online ranked play. Being able to go in there, get rewards, be rewarded, and get My Faction points the legit way instead of spamming the same match over and over and over again. I'm just glad that we got an update and it doesn't look like this mode is dead. I'm hoping that, you know, going into the new year, with the new cycle and everything, we do see, you know, World Tour again, and they actually know how to get it done. You know, it's a trial. They're trying to figure it out, but again, it was disappointing, and I think that World Tour definitely deserves better. I'm not sure if I'm gonna skip on this. I'll probably end up playing as much as I can. Just seeing the rewards and everything, though, seeing that I do need certain cards. I obviously don't have enough because I spent my faction points on a Fatu card by accident, if you guys did watch that video. So I'm not sure if I have enough for all this, but you know, it is what it is, y'all. We are in January, so for me personally, I'm just looking forward for the new game. This is all nice little content to go on ahead, kill some time, but once the rollout begins for 2K26, I don't think a lot of us are going to be looking into World Tour. I think we're going to be ready for the new game and excited, so we'll take the W's where we can. Infinite Asuka looks to be the set reward for, you know, completing the World Tour, which again is cool. You get 7,000 my faction points. I mean, 2K just let loose at this point, give us a whole lot of my faction points, but it is what it is, bro. Then we get a Nagoya arc where you get 150 my faction points, which I like the rewards. You know, we do get, you know, Shinsuke for the Tokyo stuff, but I also feel, man, give us more than 150 my faction points. Make these rewards a bit more enticing. But if you are someone that likes wrestling with the women in ranked when that time comes around, because I believe it comes every 2 weeks, Asuka, she's going to be really dope. You know what I'm saying? She is going to be really dope. She has nice badges. She has Merciless Opportunist, always see it coming. Rabble Rouser, which is great because after your second taunt, you already got, you know, a finisher. So it's cool. You know what I'm saying? This is a nice little card, but I was expecting a bit more for the last World Tour update. If this is the last one, I just don't see this being updated again this year personally. But again, you know, at least they updated it again for those that were looking for something to do, because some people were worried that we weren't going to get another World Tour update after they took the last update out. So I'll take my wins where I can, y'all. We do got 2 more live events coming, 2,500 my faction points each. Just so you guys are aware, these look to me like they are the last, you know, rewards for my faction and live events. And then you still got these running, but there's not really much there neither. You know, they are shutting this down, it seems like, slowly but surely. But hey, man, it is what it is. It's the game, and that's what happens. And you know, I'm just excited for 2K26, bro. Seeing the lack of attention on live events at this point in the year, which I personally don't think there's nothing really wrong with that. We're going into a new game. I don't expect a ton of live events at this point, at least new ones. So we'll go on ahead and see. I was expecting a way to get maybe Drew McIntyre a little bit easier for somebody like me. But now, before we go on ahead and get out of here, man, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about World Tour. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not? Let me know down below. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.